Okay students, I am your social teacher. Today I am going to take a business study lesson. So in that we are going to learn about the banking, the first chapter about the banking system. So as we know that we have already completed previous classes. So today we are going to see the details about chapter business studies banking. As we all, everyone knows that banking is a sector which is like a leading sector in the market today. So most of us, our life is related to the bank, and without the bank, it is very impossible to transact our money. So we are going to see so many things related to the bank, as we know that bank plays a key role in the market. In bank itself, you can see there is a particular word bank and the other word which says that king. Really, it is a king maker in the market because it deals definitely with the money. Without the money, it has no action in its transactions or in its day-to-day activities. So, today, every person in his life from birth to the death, he need to deal with the financial activities. So there are so many things to understand about the banking. We have a history about it. So first of all we are going to see about the meaning of banking system. What is the bank does with the people? So bank is an important sector among all other sectors which is particularly dealing with the money. So we see the bank were having a history about 200 years ago. It has initiated market. So banks is being changing from time to time. We see that there are a period where banks were related only towards the nominal work. To understand this, we need to come in the history. The bank previously, the word from Italian which called as banco. Banco is the first word which is used in the term of to understand the banking sectors. So it is written in the Italian word. And also we see another word which is called as banque. You know these two words are important, and from these two words it is derived the word banking. So we see the bank word meaning is a bench. It is a bench. You know the system where the money exchange takes place. Bank is a place where it's a bench where customer and the officer, they have a relation between the money exchange table. So use a term that is the banco. So bank is today it is being one of the systematic. It is being, when we see from time to time, it has been changing into a very systematic. The transactions are being very smooth, and we see when it was started 200 years ago, the bank has its own history, that it was completely ledgers, registers, and nominal. You know the customer need to visit the bank. Even today he need to visit the bank, but compared to today and then, we have a lot of changes in the bank. For example, people were just using a registers work, but today system work, completely digital work, completely online work. We see bank has got a lot of updates in its, the banking sectors. And also we see today, the bank is also started a new services, that is we can say UPI services, where customer no need to come to a bank, but wherever he is, he can take a benefit of a bank by staying in his own place. For example, we are using the so many different apps which government has initiated to understand the bank system. And this is what time to time it has been taking a lot of changes. Let me tell you, there are so many things that take place in the bank. The first thing is there is a bankers and the customers, where the bankers and customers, it is completely depends on the money. As we heard that bank is at a bench. Bank is at a place where the bench exchange of money, where customer bring the money towards the bank for a purpose of, it might be and a purpose of deposit, it might be the purpose of withdrawal of the money, or he need to transfer the money. He may transfer money from place to different place, one place to the another place. So there are a lot of activities which there are different customers in the banking system. We see there are people who comes to only for deposit. You know, banks has a security, it is authorized by the government. They keep the public money with them, and by the month, and we see that it will be returned them back in the form of whenever they need, they can withdraw it also. It has its own system to understand. So not only that, we also see bank has a different products. It might be personal loans, it might be vehicle loans, it might be home loans, it might be your marriage loans, it might be any your saving. You can also save your money in the bank. You know, overall to save in the banking system, it is the home of money, the true place of money. It's a true place of money. So, in the meaning, we understand this thing, the bank playing today a very major role across the world. As it took birth 200 years ago, and now comparing the bank system, it has a global effect. And the bank sector itself is providing us a vast opportunity for its country growth, for economical growth, for the changing of the lives of the people. So bank playing a very major role. We see banks are giving an efficient system where people can transfer money from one place to the another place in the easiest way. Think once, if there were no banks available in the market, what would be the condition of the people for dealing the money? You know, today there's a trade, commerce, business. It is completely based on the banking system. Today, there are many people taking a benefit of the bank which has initiated 200 years ago and running very successfully even now. So, this is all about the meaning of the bank. But bank has its own characteristics. Bank has its own characteristics. Hope you understood what is the bank. See, bank has its own characteristics. When we come to know that bank is at a place which deals with a certain its own characteristics. We see, first thing is it deals with the money. The first character of the bank is it deals with the money. So it has no other work without money. Money is an important to bank. We see money is a root for a bank's character. It deals completely with money. There is no other work without the money. See, in the bank, people, as I told you, they come for the purpose of deposit, they may come for the purpose of withdrawal, they may come for other reason. Also we can say for the purpose of loans, for the purpose of repayment. They also come for the purpose of the various requirements. Banking is dealing with the money. It has a various ways in the market. So this is the first character. We see bank, another character, it is a individual firm or a company. Bank can be also, it is known as, it is also a company. As we see in the market today, there are a number of companies. We see Infosys, we see a Wipro company, we see other different businesses, industries in the market. Even bank is also a company. It has a private company, it has a government, which is also known as the like financial company, because it starts by a person or by a company where the group of people involved in that to make the financial transaction to support the citizens and also to give an efficient services towards the people. So today the people's life is completely based on these transactions. These transactions are playing a very major role in the life of the people. And the third character of the banking we see, it is, the acceptance of the deposit. As I told you, to accept the deposit from the people. In a bank we have a different types of accounts. How does it maintain about the people's money? Bank has, when we go in the later part of this saying, then we will come to know there are saving account, there are current account, there are term account we see. It is very difficult to handle our cash with ourselves. It is not safe. When we carry, how much money we can carry in a pocket? Hardly we can carry 10,000, 50,000 lakhs. More than more. We can keep 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs in a house. But do you find the safest place for your money? Of course, the answer is no. Why? Because money has to be safe. Money has its own place, which is completely, it is bank. Where bank is taking your safe deposit. By opening a saving account, the money is kept very securely in that bank. And you can approach your bank within your government given ID within a particular how to open a bank account, that is in the later part, but it deals for a deposit of the money. When we see the fourth thing, lending money is the fourth character of a bank. Lending money is the fourth character of the bank. In the characters of the bank, there are 11 characters, then fourth character comes to the lending money. People in today's life, there are need in lot of activities in their life. As per we see, why people, need of the money. Today we see that if bank has not provided a support for the people for their various activities in their life, today it would be, we can call, it would be a miserable life for the people to fulfill their demands in their life. Every man, the economics says that every man has his own demands. It might be any of the demand. It may be education, it may be the vehicle, or it might be, you want to purchase a land, you want to get married, okay. Or you have various needs in the family to fulfill your needs. So most of the people, they have a needs in their family, and whereas their earning is not sufficient for them, what they will do, they will try to seek for an EMIs, easy monthly installments, where the banks are ready to lend the money. Customer is here ready to borrow the money because his self is not sufficient to fulfill his demands. So even for him it will be very easy when he go through the EMI system. Today people are buying cell phones, people are buying flats, people are buying vehicles like cars, bikes. Today when the banks have come into the market, the bank companies have given a vast growth in financial activities. Today there are a lot of people being benefited by having the financial services in the form of EMI. Then they are able to complete their needs. So bank is also in the form of it collects an interest, but it gives a benefit towards the customer to secure his life and also to fulfill his needs in his day-to-day activities. And another fifth point of this, Payment and withdrawal. The fifth character of the bank is the payment and withdrawal. As I said, the bank is in a place where, when you deposit your money, you also need to make a payment to somebody. You also need to have the withdrawal of the money. When you have saved, for example, you might have saved 50,000 in your saving account. One day you save 50,000 in your account, but probably after a month you got a need to spend your own savings. So what you will do? You need to approach your bank. For example, people today to withdraw the money, in the earlier days they had no ATM facilities, but today we have ATM facilities, we have UPI services. So where earlier people to withdraw the amount, they need to visit to the bank along with their particular bank passbook. Okay, so you need 20,000 for your expenditure. You will go to the bank to take a withdrawal of the money to complete your 20,000 transactions. So every money which deposits and which withdraw, it becomes in a transaction, financial activities in the bank, and it is all recorded. Earlier it was recorded manually, but now it is recorded online. It has a very clean and clear transactions where you can see the perfectly inside of that. And the sixth character of the bank is agency and utility services. It gives different services, utility services. We see bank has provided the various facilities. Bank is giving various, for example, you have ATM cards. This is one kind of, it's a bank processed, it's a utility service towards you, so that you can use the ATM card at anywhere. For example, you are not in the city, you went out of the city, so you are in a need of withdrawal of the amount. So today, the cash is, you can withdraw through the ATM services. So this is also one of the utility services where customers are being very happy to receive the utility services from the bank. Not only one, there are plenty of services. You have a gold where you cannot keep it at home, but banks give a safer law where you can use that utility service from the bank, that you can take it and keep in a bank securely. Not only that, you might be having many different kinds of services that you do. Today, every businessman, every single citizen, everyone today, they are getting the lot of services from the bank. If bank is not there, the salary is also not there. Today, where we are working, even our salary doesn't come from the organization, it comes through the bank only. Bank has no part, but yet it is the money, the salary which credit us. This is one of the utility service that we get through the bank. This is the sixth one. And we see the seventh character of the bank is, it is a profit service orientation. Okay. Bank seek for its profit. Yes, it is a profit. Even to a bank and also to the customers who come towards a bank. You won't get lost when you save your money in the bank. It gives you a chance where you can keep your money in a safer side. And also, the bank also gets its profit when your money is invested in the bank. There is a word, customer comes and invests in a different products in the bank. Bank gives a sales of bonds, and it sells, debentures, it sells the insurance. It has a different products in the bank. They sell accounts. They get the upper account 5,000, 10,000, 500,000, minimum balance, average balance. It needs to be maintained in the bank. So through that, you can get some people, they invest on the bank. in a different companies. But bank is going to give a profit those who are investing. And those investors also get the profit. Even the bank is also getting a profit. Whatever the profit comes here, it's a profit orientation. Nobody is in the loss. All works are going smoother because the bank is available. And the eighth thing it says that ever increasing functions. The eighth character of this bank is ever increasing function. You know, from one time to the another time. As I told you, the history of the bank, it started in the 200 years back. But now we see there are increasing facilities and it's go on changing. No, in the future, bank takes another, the look, another changes. There are a lot of changes we can see in the bank. So today, banks are providing complete opportunity for us to understand and to live in the right way. And we see the ninth thing, this connecting link. Yes, of course. Today, the person who stay in Karnataka can also, connect towards the Maharashtra. In between road, you don't need to go to direct payment to pay the money to the Maharashtra. In between road, you can see Maharashtra, Goa, or any other state. It also, we can say, country to country also you can connect. How you can connect? Through the bank. Your money by residing in your own place, you are approaching the bank and you are sending the money because you are working, you need some products from the Maharashtra. So, for example, you are a dealer of a car. You need to buy 10 cars. You need to order 10 cars. So 10 cars, it gives a cost around, for example, every one car cost around 10 lakhs it seems. Okay, 10 lakhs. We're going to, this amount, you need to go and pay in the form of DD or in the form of, pay to the bank in the name of where you want to purchase them. And you no need to go directly to the bank, Maharashtra. You can just approach bank and your support to payment of Maharashtra, it can be done by in your local place. So today the bank are expanded its many branches across the India. Across the India we see different kinds of banks. There are private banks, there are government, national banks. We see that national banks. Bank has its own history in a banking sector. So banks gives connection to the other states, other countries also, other persons also. Through that transaction you are connecting with different people. Banking is purely, it's a business. Banking, the 10th character, it is the purely, its character is, it's a business. That is why it is in the business study today. Bank is based on business oriented. Without, we can say, bank, it has completely like a relation with a people or a customer towards the bank as a business relation. It's one of the successful business in the market, which is ever leading, market in a companies. Many people, like as we see that today, Axis Bank, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, they are competitive to each other. We have national banks, whereas SBI, as we see, Canada banks, BCM, Punjab Bank, these are all are there. Regionally, they are connected to each other. So we'll see these private banks, as in the form of limited, we see it is believed that ICICI is leading bank in the private sectors. Why? Because of it is taking its own facilities, it's giving its own utility service to the customers, and it is earning a huge market in the entire pan India. And in the same form, HDFC is in the run course, in this business competition. And also, we see the Axis Bank, one after the another. The new bank released, Kotak Bank also. See, banks are coming into the market. It is a business because it deals with that money. It rotates the money, it invests the money, it deposits the money, it gives the money, it takes the money. That has it's a unique character, and it is purely business. And you see, the other thing, banks has got its own identity today. Bank has got its own identity. What is the identity of a person? When it comes to an identity, government has given identity to each individuals. Even in the same form, government has given identity to all the companies. So, bank has its own identity. It is called by its name. As I just told you that identity is, we know that SBI, it's a name, State Bank of India, it's an identity. Canara, it's an identity. Okay, ICICI, it's an identity. Okay, Axis, it's its identity. It is in the form of name, and it is their identity. Today we know which bank you have account. We have an account in Axis Bank. So others says, which bank you have account? ICICI. Others say, I have SBI. So they call for everyone. They have their own investing name of the bank. You see, it is in entire. And we come to Karnataka, they have a regional banks also, like a Vijaya Bank, like a Mysore Bank. We have a regional banks corridor. When it comes to Punjab, like Punjab Bank, it's regional banks. So according to their own places, they have their own identity, they have their own history. Before it was a financial privatization, but by the smooth and trust with the public investings and also with the government norms and conditions, many banks, they earn the trust of the government. Then government, the SBI, which was private, now it is in a government. See, every bank has its own identity and history, and also it has its own body to maintain them. It is all about maintaining the trust of the government and the customer. Every bank is registered under the RBI. So that has a different part. We'll come to know that in the later part. So these are the two things we came to know about today. There is meaning and characteristics of a bank. So in today's chapter, in this first class about the banking, we learned about the meaning of the bank and also the characteristics of the bank. So the meaning we already have seen 200 years ago. It has an Italian word banco and a bancu, which means a bench, and also which is the exchange of the table, money on the table, and it has financial services like money is in a bank which has the deposit, withdrawal, and transferring from one place to the another places, and it has the various characters, around 11 characters we have seen today about the banking sector. So we will know the next, the further of the banks and post offices. We will come to know this by the next class.